Every morning when the girl woke up, she would check with her finger to see if her mom was still breathing. Only after making sure her mom was alive would she put on her backpack, fix her hair, and head out to school on her own. But the moment she stepped outside, tears started pouring down her face. Mary always felt like her mom wasn't doing a good job. She was always busy with work. She often forgot to pick her up after school, and Mary had to eat all her meals at her uncle's house. She'd never had a dad growing up, and over time, she became withdrawn and lonely. But recently, Mary started to suspect her mom might be losing it, because when she casually said she didn't want to go to school, her usually strict mom didn't get mad at all. Instead, she took her out for a fancy meal. When Mary said she wanted a game console, her mom bought one and played with her, just to give her daughter a picnic outside the city. Even when it rained the next day, Ellie still drove miles and miles to find a beach where it wasn't raining, so her daughter could still have the picnic she dreamed of. One day when Mary came home from school, she heard her mom vomiting in the bathroom. Worried, she asked her mom if she was okay. Ellie froze for a second, then quickly denied it. But inside, she was in unbearable pain, because she had a secret she couldn't tell. At a recent family gathering, Ellie suddenly felt dizzy, her vision blurred. Then she collapsed. When she woke up again, she was already in the hospital. That's when her brother found out. His little sister had late-stage stomach cancer, but Ellie kept the diagnosis to herself. One day, the school called home. A classmate had drunk some of Mary's milk, and Mary, being a bit of a germaphobe, poured the milk into the other kid's lunch. That small incident destroyed her only friendship. Mary felt guilty, so Ellie tried to teach her how to get along with others, but Mary stubbornly insisted. She just wanted to play alone. Ellie gently kept persuading her, but Mary snapped back. Her words hit Ellie straight in the heart. She fought back her tears and tried to explain. Later Ellie sat alone in her room, unable to contain the pain, each tear full of guilt, cutting deep into her heart. When she finally calmed down and stepped outside, she heard the sweet words from her daughter. Ellie pulled her into a tight hug, and in that moment, she made a decision. She was going to make it up to her daughter. It was Mary's birthday. They held a special little celebration. Ellie knew this might be the last birthday she'd ever spend with her. As soon as they got home, Ellie quietly went to her room and secretly took her medication. She tried her best to hide the pain, trying not to make a sound, but none of this escaped Mary's sharp eyes. She watched her mom closely, her heart filled with worry and fear. The next day after school, Mary walked alone, thinking about her mom's health. She was convinced her mom had a serious illness. To confirm her suspicion, she asked her aunt to give her a ride home, and started asking questions along the way. After some pressure, her aunt finally gave in. Mary already knew the truth. She just asked her aunt to keep it a secret. From that day on, Mary suddenly became very mature. Even when her mom worked overtime, she quietly stayed by her side, giving her constant comfort. She even had a silly idea. She asked her mom to marry her. So Mary wore a suit, and Ellie wore a wedding dress. They danced together hand in hand. It was a sweet moment, full of Mary's deep love and attachment. And Ellie secretly started working on a gift. She knew she wouldn't live long enough to see Mary's real wedding, so she decided to hand sew her a beautiful wedding dress in advance. Then one dark night, Ellie's condition suddenly got worse. She held her daughter tightly in her arms, as if trying to pour every last bit of love straight into Mary's heart. Her tears wouldn't stop. They were full of love and deep sadness. The next morning, Mary slowly opened her eyes, but her mom didn't respond. Mary said nothing. She just tucked the blanket around her, then quietly walked over to the flowers. Seeing her mom still not moving, Mary fought back her tears and said,
엄마 졸리지? 엄마 피곤하니까 더 자.
Then she walked out of the hospital room and stood quietly by the door. When the doctors came by for their rounds, Mary blocked their way, refusing to let them in, because she couldn't bear to hear them say it. She knew once they said it, she wouldn't have a mom anymore. But when the doctors forced their way in, Mary broke down completely. This time, she had truly lost her mom forever.